Okay, let's go over to the latest American news. We're gonna be looking at some live stream. So we're gonna be hitching a ride on their live stream.
Parents, and I was telling them exactly where we were. Like, we know that there are.
I want to rewind it because we missed some. Here we go.
Been crazy. I'm gonna.
With the LA Sheriff's Department, this is something parents aren't going to want to hear, but they'll also understand. He's saying we need to interview every student at Saugus High School before they can be released to their parents. He said we need to conduct a thorough investigation and apologizes for the
I really don't need to interview every student, but whatever.
wait. So you can
That's like 1,000 excuse me, that's like 1,000 interviews. I mean, what are they gonna ask? What really are they gonna ask?
imagine, you said the number, more than 2,000 students. They have to interview everyone. It's also an important conversation for parents to have with their children. I have seen some texts from.
So I'm glad the kids who stayed home today, glad they didn't go to school because they don't have to sit around and be interviewed and ask stupid questions. Because what do the kids know? Oh, I was in class and I heard gunshots. That's all most of the kids gonna say. I was in class and I heard gunshots. Okay.
Some of my parent friends, and they said that their kids had heard about talk of a school shooting, but it's casually spoken about because people talk about school shootings, that it seemed like the kids hadn't really taken the threat seriously, and in the aftermath, now you have an entire school where the kids are traumatized. All of them have to be.
I think they already got the shooter, so I don't understand. Let me see what the title said. I don't understand why they need an interview. And let me see. They didn't hold a press conference yet. Yeah, they located the suspect, so I mean, okay. Let's get back to the interview.
Interviewed. So that's something that parents should be talking about with their kids tonight, that if you ever see a threat, even if it seems like a joke, just tell an adult, because we could rather
Next.
talk to.
Next.
Well, he said why every some type of encounter, and you talked about how the kids, participate in Snapchats and these group chats and on social media and text groups as well, and how someone mentioned that they may have, been made aware of something crazy. I'm going to shoot.
Away today, we don't know if it's only silver lining. We were dealing with this. It's never safe, no matter how.
So later on today, they're going to be talking about laws. The usual, talk about laws and guns and taking away guns. The usual.
Safe it seems on the outside.
Swarmed by. I'm saying that they're trying to get the situation under control. Right now, let's hear from parents of a student who basically witnessed this shooting.
Screaming and crying, saying that there's a shooting going on in her school, and the shooter went by her, and she heard a couple shots, and the teacher threw her and her girlfriend into a closet.
Okay, the student ran by her. Well, the shooter ran by and didn't shoot nobody. Okay, I'm trying to understand what he's saying. That the shooter ran by them but didn't shoot nobody. So it threw them in the closet. So I guess it was in the classroom, and they saw somebody run by.
And I says, okay, there's a shooting going on in her school, and the shooter went by her, and she heard a couple shots, and the teacher threw her and her girlfriend into a closet. And I says, okay, Mija, slow down, relax. I go, we're on our way, are you okay? And she says, yeah. I go, Kate, hold on. She goes, let me talk to your mom. She came down on the phone and says, look, Lexi, hang up the phone now. I don't want anyone, if there's a shooter, anyone to know you're here, because she's screaming and crying, and we're on our way.
Well, the shooter ran by y'all, so I'm pretty sure he didn't want to mess with y'all.
Get here, and it's a war zone. It's the phone call you don't want to get. You just, you don't even, it's kind of like you're in a blur. So, and I didn't get the whole story. That's just probably a 2-minute phone call, but it seems like forever, but it was very blurred, so.
Hey, you have to tell your child to hang up the phone, not even knowing if that's the last time that you will hear from them, because you don't want the shooter to know that your child is on the phone calling.
Oh, just can't imagine what he's going through. Our Cara Finstrom is joining us now. Cara,
loaded over here, so we have one.
students here, Shauna, with us, who just reunited with her dad.
Okay, they're about to talk to one of the students, so I believe this student has already been interviewed by the police. Because remember, they said they got to interview every student. So I don't know if they interviewed the students outside or what. I don't know if it's true I don't know if it's true that they have to interview every student. But here goes the interview by a student from the news. Let's play it.
We are still waiting for the sheriff to arrive and to begin a news conference here with the latest information. But Shauna, what can you tell me about what happened in your classroom this morning? Were you in a classroom?
Yeah. So I was in class just doing my work as usual, and all of a sudden I heard.
Now, usually they on the phone in class. They all on the phone, on apps and stuff, chilling. Everybody got a phone, and teachers don't care these days if you're on the phone. Let me continue the video.
But Shauna, what can you tell me about what happened in your classroom this morning? Were you in a classroom?
Yeah. So I was in class just doing my work as usual, and all of a sudden I heard loud pops, loud bangs, a sound like I never heard before. And then 2 seconds later, there were people sprinting, screaming. Some were even laughing. That's why it didn't ever process into our head until 2 students came into our room saying someone has a gun. So we locked the room, and then nothing really processed into my head. I just ran to the other side of the room, got down, just was confused, like a state of shock, and I still am in a lot of state of shock. I just can't believe that this is happening right now.
And you were just reunited with your dad. Were you texting him throughout this?
I have been texting my parents, and I was telling them exactly where we were. Like, I'm in line, waiting to get sent, show them my ID, and yeah, I'm just so thankful to see them right now.
This is supposed to be an interview by the police, but let's continue.
We know that there are sheriff deputies and a lot of authorities over there. Did they speak with you before each of you was released, and what happened during that process?
Oh, yeah. So my classroom was in the far end of campus, so we were the last to be evacuated. But they came in, they told us, like, everything's okay. I'm so thankful for them right now. I feel really blessed to have such amazing people working with us. They just made everything so calm, and they were really there for us, and they were really caring when they talked to us. And they made the situation way more relaxed. They weren't pressuring us to do anything or to say anything. I just feel a lot more comfortable with them by our side.
We know that there were some students who were shot. Have you heard anything from your fellow students? What were you told by the authorities there before you were released?
I haven't really been told anything. I just know that some girls and some boys have been shot. I really don't know their names or anything at the moment.
And the shooter, the suspected shooter, do you know anything about him?
All I know is that he's the same grade as me.
How do they know it's a him or her? I guess 'cause I'm late to the broadcast anyway, so maybe they got the information. But like I said, they located the shooter, so. And probably because of the witnesses say it's a he. Let's continue.
Really don't know anything about him.
Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. If we pan over, you can see all of the families now starting to walk this way. There was a huge crowd of them, DeMarco and Suzanne, in the parking lot just right next to where we are set up, awaiting the sheriff to arrive and to give us an update. Let me see if we can speak with another family as they come up. Ma'am? We're with Channel 2. Do you want to say anything? Do you mind speaking with us? Are you a parent?
I'm a grandma. My granddaughter is okay. It's okay, thanks God. But this is a terrible experience for the young people.
Did you talk to your granddaughter here?
I already did. So I'm going home now to get a lot of pizzas because everybody's gonna go there and they're crying, hugging. So we have to comfort them in one way or another.
Is she with one of her parents, or what happened here with your family?
My daughter, as soon as she knew, she came to see her, and so she just got her from there already. So everything is fine. Thank you, girls.
Thank you so much for joining us for a moment. So if we pan back over, let's give you another look, and I'm going to take a look over and make sure that the sheriff isn't arriving yet. Again, we are still awaiting him. We thought at one point that maybe he had arrived, but my guess is that he is still getting briefed, maybe with some of the latest information on what's taking place. Let me see if anyone else would care to speak to us. No? Okay. Some of these folks obviously very shaken up, do not want to speak at this point.
Give us their point of view. At least one female patient has been confirmed dead as a result of her injuries after the shooting that started around 7:30 this morning on the campus of Saugus High School. Five people injured, two in critical condition right now, and we are awaiting a new Sheriff Villanueva will say.
And DeMarco, we're looking. Ilea is joining us now and is quite shaken up here because she's with her son. Tell us a little bit what is going through your mind right now. You were just reunited with him.
Yeah, I was terrified. I had just dropped him off at school this morning. He has a first period, so he gets there at 7 o'clock. And I went home, I picked up my other daughter, and she was at a Royal Seiko. And then I got the call that there had been a shooting at the school, and my husband's a deputy also, so he got the call. So we were both frantic. He wasn't answering his phone, and I finally got a text through to him a while later, and he said, "I'm okay, don't worry, we're on lockdown in the library, and I'll let you know what's happening." But for like 2 hours, it was terrifying, and not knowing, what was happening, not hearing from your child, it's the most terrifying thing in the whole world. And just being able to hold him again, that was like the best thing.
And you've been holding on to your mom. What has been running through your head? And actually, first, even before you get there, walk us through what happened to you today, because you were on lockdown for hours.
Yeah, my friends and I were hanging out because marching season is over, so we were just hanging out.
It's 10:48. What's the time at? 2, 11, 10, 2, 12. I guess a couple hours on lockdown.
And we were practicing for auditions for concert band, and some of the kids were outside and they heard shooting and ran outside and told my band director, Mr. Witt, there was a shooting. So Mr. Witt locked the door, said everyone go into the music library or a different room.
Maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours on lockdown, because he got there at 7. So not sure what time the shooting started. Right now in California, it is 1 to 11 o'clock.
Where are your thoughts right now?
My heart goes out for all the parents, because I couldn't imagine getting a phone call being told that something happened to my child.
It's 11 a.m. in California.
Just not knowing, it'd be a good thing that he's okay, but I couldn't fathom.
So he got there at 7. It's 11. Don't know when the shooting started. Maybe the shooting started at 8, 8:30. They was on lockdown for maybe a little over an hour. If it started at 8:30, he's out there talking at 11, before 11. Maybe on lockdown for an hour and a half. So not hours, like she say.
For somebody telling me that my child was gone or hurt or involved in this, and we live in such a wonderful community, it's such a shock. It's a complete shock that this happened.
And for you, these are your fellow students. How are you wrapping your mind around this right now?
I think at the moment just try to stay calm, but also worry at the same time for the people who got hurt.
All right, Karen, thank you very much. Which is just tough because we have had to rush.
Because through your mind, but also, and at least for one young.
Okay, the press conference about to start. Let me find more video of this incident.
Minutes after the police came in and told us to remain calm and that they were there, saying that there was a.
So it's very likely. At this point, is a shooting.
Looking for other interviews.
I just want to learn more about
The parent.
and especially with.
So
It was
Okay, let's start with him.
Because of this shooting at Saugus High School.
which is the worst thing that could come when something like this happens. We have more sound now from students who were basically inside the building at the time.
It was just scary because, you never think this is going to happen to you. And, you always see this stuff in, movies and other campuses on the news, but it was very scary. I never really knew what to do in a situation like this.
I wasn't expecting this today. That I was.
These are pre-recorded.
Say goodbye to my parents.
And not knowing who's inside the school.
That means and to many of these.
They were working on one of the activities he was were told by a parent. Imagine being the parent.
May not even know. We're looking at Saugus. For a lot of parents, it's this terrible thing of.
We won't be able to share something like this, but.
And
15 female want to get the 3 male to the victims' families, but in that instance, they're able to. They have enough resources. But what we do know, as we've been mentioning, is that 1 female is deceased, 3 males still being treated, 2 critical, 1 in good condition. Now, I spoke to a hospital official earlier who told me, thankfully, this was not a mass shooting. Sadly, of course, our hearts go out to the victims' families. But in that instance, they're able to, they have enough resources here today to take care of the patients.
So not a mass shooting, but a admission.
And so they don't have to call shooting like what we saw.
But do we know if any of the victims were students, and do we know if that female victim was a student that died?
She had to be a student, dog. Don't ask stupid questions. If she's in a school and she's 15, she has to be a student. Let's skip ahead.
Yeah, at this point, there's also.
That's very stupid.
Candace, thank you.
I was talking now with Michael Yu. He is a senior here. His mother, who was just reunified with here at the park. Michael, talk to us about when you first realized something was wrong this morning.
So I was in the band room, and I saw a girl running in, saying that there was a shooting, and then I didn't hear exactly what she said, or I didn't hear any gunshots that I know other people probably did, but after that, then our band director told us to run into, we have these other rooms inside of the band rooms, so we ran into, like, there's a music library and there's an office. Half of us ran into the music library, the other half ran into his office, and we stayed there for about like 30 minutes to 40 minutes after the police came in and told us to remain calm and that they were there. And then after, we were escorted into the choir room, which is connected to the band room.
So you waited until police actually got to you. You guys did not try to venture out.
No, we didn't try, because
None of this.
when this sort of thing happens, because even though you're prepared for it, you can't really be prepared for it. It doesn't really feel like real, and it hasn't set in with me that it happened. Yeah.
And I want to bring Mom
Have
in.
a good
Mom, I know you said
time.
you're still
Let's have
in
a good
shock.
time.
Real, and it hasn't really.
Okay, what does his shirt say?
In it, because after there's a music.
Anyway,
library in his office.
I was looking at my notification. His shirt does say "Have a good time."
Half of us ran into the music library. The other half ran
Let's
into
see.
his office, and we stayed there for about like
Let me go
30
look.
minutes to 40 minutes after the police came in and told us to.
Santa Clarita shooting good time. Okay, that's game time. Okay, we'll look at that later.
So you waited until police actually got to you. You guys did not try to venture out.
No, we didn't. Set in with me that.
At work, and he texted me about.
That's the mom talking about.
I love you. And
Okay, that's the mom talking about her son testing her. What's going on? Let's continue.
and that see for your reporting live at the scene.
We thought class started, and then a vice principal opened the office door and was like room with my best friend, and we walked out of the classroom and realized that there was bags everywhere and everyone left, and we thought class started. And then a vice principal opened the office door and was like yelling at us to get into a classroom. And so we ran to the office and we just stayed there.
So you and I were just saying, when you get in the office, people are kind of explaining what happens. But what did you think when you heard there might be somebody with a gun?
I didn't know it. Like, I still right now it's hard for me to process, and it was just shocking that could just happen anywhere.
And you and I were saying that you guys have done drills.
Yeah.
But did it feel
This is happening. Like, this is actually a thing that could really happen. So.
And you were just showing me videos on your phone that you took. You were in the office, so you were with people. But describe what it was like, because it looks like it was dark. You said there were sirens going.
Yeah, they had like the fire alarms going on. Sure that like everyone was safe for them. Her friend. Like having a mental, trying to help my friend.
But we stuck on this one.
Because you couldn't go anywhere, so you're just getting information through text from other people in other parts of the school.
Yeah, so it was just really overwhelming.
Okay, the sheriff is still not ready to give his statements. So let's go back. Sheriff is not ready yet. Who else is live? Washington Post is live. Okay, they on break. These motherfuckers on break. Let's see who else we got. Okay, let's do Fox. I guess Fox.
The Hendrick Red Tax Sales Event is going on now.
Lord, Fox. I don't want to see no ads.
Mark now with special Red Tax.
Okay, they waiting for the sheriff too.
Job number one, and then to be able to.
They're doing commentary
for paramedics and.
They'll go AMR, the police. If you know AMR ambulance, you know it. They're waiting on sheriff. They're waiting on the sheriff.
Waiting. If shots are being
They're
fired
waiting
inside,
still.
you have to put together.
They're waiting.
And students that are still processing.
San Diego
something that just
talking.
happened a few hours ago. And when I was talking to Emily's dad, she said, you know,
And,
he said he's very relieved that she's okay.
I think on my broadcast.
He's relieved because he knows there are other families who are still.
Let's see what regular
so
people say.
And I think a lot of people.
I can't remember who it was that I talked to. Somebody, I think it was my best friend at the time, and was like,
I don't know what she's doing.
Almost every parent who worked at that school, or not worked, every parent who had a child at that school, almost all of them were stay-home mothers, and almost every parent were...
I don't listen to Zachary too much. I ain't listen to Zachary ass too much. Zachary crazy ass. Let's go back to the original one I was looking at, y'all.
Doctors and tactical team come in here right around.
Let's rewind.
Here in San.
Lives out.
Going through. I appreciate you taking the time. I'm glad that you learn from something like this, how you heal from some forms. But so many people going through this at the same time, like, it was hard to get information.
Yeah, because the Wi-Fi kept cutting out, and like I was just trying to text as many people as possible, trying to get as much information as possible. So
I know that you're okay, and I know that's great. Do you even know what you do from now on? How you as a...
Oh, shut up.
You're here with your dad now. You were telling
one of them, her friend got shot. So like I was just helping like her because she was like having a mental breakdown, and I was trying to help my friend go on from there.
Going through so much. Back to you.
On Sycamore Creek and Mulberry Glen Lane. I believe this is an older neighborhood here in Santa Clarita. This is also where we believe maybe this suspect may live with his family. Down the street here, you can see there are several investigators. We have been told that the FBI is on scene here. This is where we also saw many tactical teams earlier this morning. Tactical team come in here.
Oh, dude.
That they stay in the same position, and that called my attention to why he was doing that. I thought it was a fire, but then all of a sudden it was traffic go up and down. All law enforcement, different agencies. Like I said, local law enforcement is the sheriff, and then they were the ATF and FBI. And their jackets, not that many, about 3 or 4 at the most.
Can you point out to us what home you believe that the authorities are looking at right now?
Well, now, from here it's a little bit harder to see, but you see where is some people in the back of some van or some SUV, right there is the house.
And you have seen authorities, like you said, all sorts of agencies out there investigating. Have you seen them go in the home? Have you heard any type of explosive or anything this morning?
No, nothing. No. I can say there's not a lot of action going on, or police action of any kind. It's just a lot of people going up and down.
I know earlier you did see a photo of what is believed to be the shooter. Do you recognize this family? Did you recognize this kid?
I recognize the kid, but as I said before, it's just some kid that I see occasionally, going up and down the street or playing with a ball or something like that, but nothing that makes him
Playing with a ball or something like that.
be.
Still out here, but of course you can.
And we're talking to Ryan Paya. He's a student here on campus. Ryan, explain to us what you heard and what you saw this morning.
So I was walking to school and I heard like about 2 or 3 gunshots, and then I didn't know what was happening.
He's walking to school kind of late, buddy.
I saw everyone running the other way, so I started following them. And then I ran to Albertsons.
And what were the students saying that were running away from the school?
Move from school, nigga, run, nigga, run, nigga, run.
So I was like, oh, this is pretty serious, so I should start following them. Yeah.
Now, you also told me that there was some type of post online from a student. Tell me about that post.
So we found an Instagram account saying that, like in their bio, it said that like.
You found the Instagram account? How? How did you find this account, sir?
Saugus have fun at school tomorrow, so I got like speechless and I didn't know what to do. Yeah, so I reported it to. Like in their bio, it said that like Saugus have fun at school tomorrow, so I got like speechless and I didn't know what to do.
Okay, all the post said was Saugus have fun at school tomorrow. Okay, whatever. That don't implicate that a shooting was gonna happen. It doesn't say nothing about a shooting on the post he's describing from Instagram. Saugus have fun at school tomorrow. That doesn't implicate a shooting. I don't think it implicate have fun at the ball game or something.
Yeah, so I reported it to the police.
And if you can, just...
He didn't report nothing. He didn't report jack shit. Jack, have fun at school tomorrow. You found that. That's frivolous stuff to report.
Idea. The media showed up very quickly, but before everyone got here and everything was unfolding, how frightening was it, and how scared were all your fellow classmates?
He don't know because he wasn't in school. He was walking to school late at that.
It was pretty.
I know that you won't
just run.
So his interview is kind of useless.
Ryan, we are so glad that you're okay. This high school, you can see here students. We spoke with another young lady, Hannah.
You see the red ambulances? Okay, there's a white ambulance out there with the words AMR that doesn't belong. On scene. So.
Who explained that when they heard that his daughter living their lives chaos, but the kids are settling in, trying to understand, and of course there will be crisis counselors available to speak to any of this. Will be crisis today. Live out here in August High School about this.
Here, it's what you mentioned about teachers who have been staying.
How I found out about this is because I was looking up Katie Hill, and evidently Katie Hill went to that high school back when she was a teenager or something, somewhere near that high school or to that high school.
And to save kids and also residents at this hour. Candace, what do you have for us?
Waiting for the press conference.
Still waiting for the news conference to begin here. They want the main briefing at the command center to happen first, and then this one will happen. So they couldn't give us a specific time, but the female patient that died, and 3 male patients. So we are still waiting for more information to come out. But one interesting thing that I saw on their website is that most of the staff here at the hospital are locals. So.
Useless information.
The first shot, I didn't know what it was. The 2 second shots, it was just when we heard it.
Let's rewind and get her testimony.
Have made our way to the front.
Family with a student.
Okay, they found some student. I don't know where they found her at. I don't know. Let's hear her testimony.
Who went through this whole process, Josh. What can they tell us?
That's right. We actually have made our way to the front of the high school. We're here with Hannah, and I want to just give you guys, while we interview Hannah, a live
Hannah Banana.
What is going on at the school. You can see a number of sheriff deputies, SWAT team members, and the FBI, and they've been gathered. It looks like they're getting brief right now. Hannah, tell us what happened.
Okay, so Hannah.
Shots and where did you go?
Okay, Hannah was just brief because earlier in the broadcast they said they interviewed the students. So Hannah was just brief on what to tell the media and what not to tell the media. That's what happens during these interviews with police. They tell you what not to tell and what you can say about the investigation.
I was by the library with my friend. friends. We were having just a normal day, and then I was with I think like 4 other friends, and there was a gunshot. We heard a gunshot, and we didn't really know.
And you're not sure if you was with 4 friends. Come on, girl, get it right. Get it right. Come on. I know you probably frightened, but come on.
What the gunshot was. We thought that maybe someone like dropped their books because there was someone like behind the planter like covering their head. Well, I thought they were like grabbing something, and then we heard 2 more, and there was just something in my gut that told me that this wasn't right, and I thought that I was actually gonna die. So my friends and I, we all just grabbed we didn't even grab our stuff, we left our stuff, and we just sprinted out of the school, and we ran all the way up to Jason's house, whose parents were nice enough to let about 10 of us in, and we just waited there for our families, but the first shot, I didn't know what it was. The second...
You ran all the way to your friend's house with Jason's house, to your friend's house to wait for your parents. Why did y'all come back to the school to do an interview? Like, why are you back at the school, back on the scene doing the interview, young lady? Like, you would think you would be at home with your parents so they can console you. Like, we don't do that. That's not natural to go back to the school. It's not natural to run from the school, go to a friend's house, then come back to the school to do an interview.
The 2 second shots,
She says a lot. Why does she say a lot?
It was just when we heard it, I never heard a gunshot before, but I could tell what it was. It wasn't anything like I've heard before. And just hearing that go on and knowing that there are...
You hear gunshots on TV all day, every day in movies. You know what gunshots sound like.
Kids out there, getting emotional. Knowing that the kids are out there, it's a very traumatizing experience. And then there were gunshots as we ran out of the school, and I'm just so lucky that I didn't get hit, and neither did my friends. But I'm really sorry for those parents whose kids got hit.
I can only imagine, and we really appreciate you sharing that story with us, because I can't imagine for you what it was like being inside a house. You don't have your cell phone on you, so you don't know exactly what's going on. What were you guys talking about? What was going inside that home?
So did she the parents came and got got her from Jason's house. Then when the parents came and got her, they went back to the school to do an interview. Why
You knew what was happening at your school.
There was a lot of crying. There was surprisingly, I think I'm normally I get emotional, I start crying, but I guess I just was shocked. I'm still in shock a little bit, and I didn't. Kids calling their parents, they were freaking out. We were all talking about the gunshots. We were comforting one another, and then the news went on, and we looked when we turned the news on. All we saw at the first sight was someone giving CPR to a kid, and that broke all of our hearts because we knew that kid wasn't going to make it. And just right there where that happened, it was where kids sit, it was where kids have fun, it was where lunch and...
So they're at the friend's house watching this on the news, and and she herself, by herself, decided to come back to the school to do an interview.
Friends come together, and knowing that someone basically was fighting for their life right there, someone was shot right there, it's very sad. And it's also just seeing everyone else. A few of my friends said that they saw the shooter shoot, they didn't see anyone go down, and then a few other people said that they didn't see the
Like, slow down your talking. You wouldn't say a lot. Like, you're trying to remember what to say. When you're talking too fast and you're saying like, kind of slow down.
shooter shoot, but they saw a few of their friends go down too. And they were traumatized, and I was trying to comfort them, but at the same time, you can't really do that because there's just nothing that you can really say because you weren't there to see it. And it was absolutely heartbreaking. And everyone was frantically calling their mom. I remember I had to borrow someone's phone, and my hands were shaking. I actually called 911 because the people inside, they said that someone else would call 911, but I was like, I don't care, I got a call. So I was calling, and my hands were shaking, and they took a while to pick up, so I was like tearing up. And when I called them, I was like, there's a school shooting at Saugus, and I didn't even believe the words that came out of my mouth.
You was already at the friend house. Yeah, didn't you say y'all ran? You was outside and y'all ran to the friend's house because you thought you heard books drop, but you didn't know it was gunshots. So y'all was outside, and y'all ran to Jason's house, and Jason's parents let y'all in. Then y'all turned on the news.
I said there's a school shooting in Saugus, and they asked me for a description, and I didn't have a description, so I started like frantically yelling. I'm like, did anybody see the shooter? What's going on? And then when I finally figured out when I got a description, then okay, well, stay safe. So they hung up, and
Oh, okay. They could have found somebody who was actually at the school to do an interview with. Because again, she said she was outside and she ran from the school and didn't see anything.
I heard the sirens, and I felt a little bit better.
And Hannah, now that you are still at the school, I know you have been in contact with your parents. Tell us what they're saying, and are you waiting for them, or why still stand here outside your school?
Well, I was actually, my parents are up at the front of the house right now. They're waiting for me, but I went to the front of the house, or the front of school, because I saw on live television one of my friends, Adolfo Ramirez. He was right outside the front of the school, and I ran up to him and I gave him a big hug because I was just so happy that he was okay. And yeah.
Oh Lord, whatever. You was at the friend's house and waiting on your parents.
Thank you. Just a harrowing tale here from Hannah, from everyone we've
Let's watch that again.
And I ran up to him and I gave him a big hug because I was just so happy that he was okay. Or the front of school.
Still stand here outside. You're still at the school. I know you have been in contact with your parents. Tell us what they're saying. And
I heard the sirens, and I felt a little bit better.
And Hannah, now that you are still at the school, you've been in contact with your parents. Tell us what they're saying. And are you waiting for them, or why still stand here outside your school?
Well, I was actually, my parents are up at the front of the house right now. They're waiting for me, but I went to the front of the house, or the front of school.
And why did you go back to the school again? Say to hug a friend or what? That they couldn't find nobody else to interview? Like what's going on with that? Anyway, let's continue this.
I saw on live television one of my friends, Adolfo Ramirez. He was right outside the front of the school, and I ran up to him and I gave him a big hug because I was just so happy that he was okay.
Okay, she just wanted to be on camera. She just wanted to be on camera.
And yeah.
Thank you. Just a harrowing tale here from Hannah, from everyone we've spoken to all.
I ran up to him and I gave him a big hug because I was just so happy that he was okay. And yeah.
Thank you. Just a harrowing tale here from Hannah, from everyone we've spoken to all morning, and still.
Big hug because I was just so happy that he was okay.
I'm just looking at how she looks when he walks away and she walks away.
And yeah.
Thank you. Just a harrowing tale here from Hannah, from everyone we've spoken to all morning, and still a very active scene. You can just see that law enforcement presence behind me here at Saugus. Over 2,000 students attend this high school. So many impacted. I know Marco Robles has been reporting how most of them have been at a hold of their kid. Back to you.
11:15 on the rest.
Santa, depending on the condition,
To get more information.
say that there's not a sheriff.
We still.
And from there you can.
We still waiting on the press conference from the sheriff.
Get an idea. What are we missing? What point and information is that they share what it is.
Wait to get an update on this news conference here. And you and everyone.
Okay, let's switch lives. Let's switch. She got me doing it now.
We talk about law enforcement, not just your expertise with LA County.
Let me go back to where I was. Where is it?
But are there enough law enforcement officers in just your expertise for this region in LA County and other jurisdictions here in Southern California to deal with this?
Yes. What would the signs leading up to it if there were?
Yeah, Sheriff Alex Villanueva tweeted just a few minutes ago.
Let me see if I missed any interviews.
Away, it may not be able then by authorities.
Okay, here go one. I don't know who this is. Let her introduce herself.
I never. The suspect. We do want to speak to Bianca Cuevas. She is actually lives on this street, but also used to go to Saugus High School.
Right. Yes, I did recently transfer to Saugus and then back to Canyon. and it was just to see my house on the news. It absolutely terrified me. I never believed to see it, this day come ever. I don't know what to think about it.
I can't imagine, obviously, the morning you've had, but have you ever seen this suspect?
She doesn't go to the school, so I mean, she doesn't go to the school, so I can imagine the morning she had. She just turned on the TV, went outside, and somehow y'all got bumped heads and did an interview.
Before on this street, I understand you just moved in a few weeks ago.
No, I've never seen him go outside at all.
Do you not recognize the family?
She's never seen him go outside, but if you go back in my video, the old guy they interviewed said he seen that kid play with the ball up and down the street. So whatever. Moving on. Not that important of a detail. Just thought I'll point out the kid has been outside playing ball before, and so people have seen him before.
I've never seen a picture of the family. I wouldn't be able to know if I recognize them.
But for you, obviously, you are now attending Canyon High School.
Attending Canyon.
Saw your house on the news this morning after hearing reports of a school shooting at a high school you used to go to. What was the first things running through your mind? Because I understand your mom and family were
If
still...
anything, she just saw the school. She didn't see her house. I don't know why her house would be on there. Anything, she saw the school near her house or whatever.
At the home.
Yeah, seeing my house on the news and my mom's car in the driveway, my first instinct was I have to call my mom. I have to make sure they're okay. I have to make sure all the doors are locked. And to know that the transfer would have possibly not have happened and I would have still stayed at Saugus, it just terrified me. They had locked all the doors. We all died and that the cops told them they weren't allowed to leave the house.
That everyone's safe. She has seen or been told by authorities?
She just said that they had locked all the doors and that they were safe inside and that the cops told them they weren't allowed to leave the house.
That everyone's safe inside at your home?
Yeah, everyone's safe.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Bianca, for talking to us. We are, like I said, here on Sycamore Creek and we believe there are 8 may not be able to get before he had even heard school that was just yet, but we have
until you actually see for
We've seen this one.
Lorraine, when it hits
Never gets.
in our car, and just been kind of hugging your friends, your family. What's been going through your mind? This had to be just an unimaginable experience for you this morning.
I mean,
You see another news report of like unfamiliar high school kids shot, school shooting, and it's kind of a mix of it'll never
it
happen.
hasn't been every day recently. It hasn't been every day with this stuff. So let's continue.
To me, and when will it happen to me? And we have drills all the time of like threats, and we lock down, and this lockdown was real, and so it's feels kind of surreal that it happened.
Where were you when this happened, and what did you hear first?
I was at the very back of campus, and a kid came
Why do they like saying
sprinting in, and the teacher's like, what are you doing? And he said gunshots, and then we just sprung into action, barricaded the door, lights off, back of class, huddled down.
And which class were you in?
I was in my...
How old is she? Does she look like a I guess students. A lot of kids do that vaping, and when you vape makes you look old. I've seen kids vape for hours on ends in the afternoon, and that shit makes you look old on the face and just rottens your body. But she doesn't look too much like a student. I guess she's a senior.
My first period math class.
And what did you do at that point? Were you able to get a text out to Dad? Did you just huddle together?
Yeah, I texted Mom and Dad. Before you hear it from the news, I'm okay.
Yeah, I texted Mom and Dad. Everybody likes saying I said when I lie. Like when I lie, I be saying I don't know.
Locked down or huddled in the back of the class. Rumors flying, kids shot, school shooter. It's all these news stories that you hear, and now it's you.
No,
it probably isn't a real concept for time when you're in a situation like that, but do you have any idea how long you were there before you left?
I know we were locked down for over an hour, and they evacuated classes one by one, and so
us being the back of campus, we had to wait a while, and then sheriff deputies came in. Everybody hands
So only a little over an hour, and that's about it.
up, single file, out of the class. Now, we all had to bus to the park here to be reunited with our families. There's still a lot of unconcluded information. So it's kind of like the "it'll never happen to me" thing, and then you realize how quickly.
Next.
My generation and other
Now,
generations.
they love saying it will never happen to me. These people just love saying that line. That's not natural. That's not natural.
Did not. This is still fresh to you, but is there anything else you want to say?
I mean, with politics so tight.
Oh, don't talk about politics. Oh my gosh, lady. Oh my gosh, lady. I'm calling you a lady because you don't look like a student. I don't talk about politics when the shooting just happened a couple, maybe an hour ago. It just happened. Don't mention politics. They love doing that. Oh gosh.
You don't take my guns, but after you're in something like this.
Let's listen. Let's listen to this bull crap she's about to spill out her mouth about politics. Oh my gosh. Can't believe these people. It's the same old speeches they give every shooting when they magically find these students and do interviews.
I mean, with politics so tight, there's the whole "don't take my guns," but after you're in something.
Well, the whole "don't take my guns."
Like this, don't take my life.
Thank you for speaking, Miss Ellie. You're very
How about allow kids to carry guns?
eloquent. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Dad. So we are still having, again, some of these families leave.
Far from a student.
We're awaiting that news conference here with the sheriff.
All right, Cara, thank you. We'll check in with you in just a moment.
Thank you, Cara.
And guns don't take life. The people who's using the guns take life.
And now we're going to be joined by Amy Johnson. We're looking at live images of people on the ground. It looks like SWAT team members, but you were joined by somebody with a school board.
Yes, and this Joe Messino, he can't speak much about what happened here today, but he can talk to us about what is going to happen now. For the students, who's here to help them?
Well, we have staff counselors that will be here to help them. We also have from us. What do you need us to do for the most part? We do. Interesting. You know, I hear
Next.
around the
I don't want
clock.
to listen to him.
And thank one of our schools. We let them know what they elementary school and high school do. We haven't talked about that yet as a whole, and I think it's trying to find out where the kids are at and how be briefed down the road. Get as many counselors here as
I don't want to listen to him talk. Let's change live streams.
If you're following our ongoing coverage here, we are standing by.
Okay, here come the press conference so I can end this live. Okay, here come the government officials. And you all know people don't trust government. That's widely known. People don't trust government. It's been like that forever. It's been like that 70s, 60s, 50s. And here come the government officials to speak on this. I can end this live.
Giving us the latest update, more details about the suspect and the conditions. Practicing drills for this type of an event and get an update from the hospital.
Let's go ahead and sound check. Let's listen to the sheriff. Okay, ready to go here? Thank you for your patience. We appreciate it. Good morning. I'm Sergeant Benjamin Grubb with the Los Angeles County Sheriff Department's Sheriff Information Bureau. I thank you all for coming here today. I want to get right into it regarding this incident in Santa Clarita, specifically Saugus High School. Without further ado, Sheriff Alex Villanueva and Sheriff's Homicide Captain Kent Wegener, Wegnegner.
I regret to inform it's a sad day in Saugus, it's a sad day in Los Angeles County and the nation for another tragic shooting at a school. At 7:38 this morning, Santa Clarita Sheriff's Station received a 911 call of a shooting at Saugus High School. Within seconds, we received multiple calls, and within 2 minutes, at 7:40, our first units arrived on scene and encountered in the quad area of the school multiple victims, gunshot wounds. There were a total of 6 victims who were promptly triaged and transported to the local hospitals for treatment. Among those that were transported, it turned out to be the suspect, who is currently in the hospital in great condition. And he's a male, Asian, 16 years of age, and a student of the school.
Okay, a 16-year-old male Asian took his parents' gun, went to school, and started shooting people. That's unheard of. Male Asians doing school shootings. Again, 16-year-old male Asian shot by the police, or maybe he shot himself. Let's continue to like all them interviews was listening.
The other 5 students, I'll have Captain Wegner provide their demographics. The school was locked down. We did partial evacuation. We also sheltered in place a portion of the school until we established who was responsible for this tragic shooting. The surrounding schools in the area were also placed on lockdown as a precaution. We did identified who the shooter was through firsthand witnesses, video surveillance. We confirmed it. We then executed a search warrant at the residence of the suspect, and now we're going through the very lengthy process of conducting.
They did all this within a couple of hours. 11 o'clock to 11. They did all this in a couple of hours. So yeah, it's 11 now, 11:46. It started around 8. But they did all this in a couple of hours, so hey.
Thorough investigation to figure out what happened and why. At the same time, we're busy now doing the reunification with students with their parents, and all of the affected students have been notified, their families have been notified, and they're with them currently. So I'm now going to turn this over to Captain Wegner.
Thank you, Sheriff. My name is Captain Kent Wegener, W-E-G-E-N-E-R. I'm the captain of Sheriff's Homicide Bureau. This morning at 7:38, Santa Clarita Station received a call of a 240.
A 7:38 shooting started around 7:30, I guess. If they received a call at 7:38. What time is it in California? It started in California at 7:38. 2, 12, 2, 1, 12, 11, 11 o'clock. 8, about 11 o'clock, people were leaving the school. 8, 9, that's 2 hours and 12 minutes. 11, so they, okay, keep going.
Just occurred, an assault with a deadly weapon, a shooting that had just occurred at 21900 Centurion Way in Santa Clarita at Saugus High School. Upon arrival within 2 minutes, Santa Clarita deputies recognized that it was an active shooter situation and conducted a rapid deployment onto the school premises. When they reached the quad area, they discovered 6 persons who were suffering from gunshot wounds. These were all students of the high school. All the students were triaged and transported to a local hospital. The suspect was later identified as one of the victims who was found in the quad. He is identified as a 16-year-old male whose birthday is today. The weapon that he used was recovered at the scene. It's a .45 caliber semi-automatic pistol, which had no more rounds in it, had no more bullets in it.
Well, they're not gonna ban pistols, so you're not gonna get the AK-47s either.
He is a resident in the 22900 block of Sycamore Creek Drive in Santa Clarita. That location was contained by sheriff's deputies, and a cursory search was done to identify any other potential victims which may be at the location. There were none there. It is now being contained. A search warrant is being written, and it will be conducted to process that scene for evidence. We are in the process of interviewing students.
Yeah, they already searched the house, apparently, without a search warrant, so let's continue.
Who were witnesses to this incident. Some of those students are being taken to, are still at the high school in a multi-purpose room, and other students are at Grace Baptist Church, where they will be interviewed by.
So the students they want you to see on TV and interviews, they're giving their prep talks to tell them what to say. Which you always seen some students they already talked to and told them what to say if they're really students. Man.
Homicide detectives. Additionally, we have scenes at the quad at the school to process the crime scene there. A team at the suspect's house, a team at 2 different local hospitals. And we have another team that's working with our tech crew to process any video which we may be able to get from the surveillance system at the high school. The FBI is here, and they are collaborating with us to preserve and capture any cell phone video which the students may have captured of this incident at the time that it happened. The suspect's girlfriend and his mother are at Santa Clarita Station with detectives currently. Detectives have reviewed the video.
He had a girlfriend. Well, what did he go crazy for on his birthday? Why did he go crazy on his birthday? Anybody want me to understand this? I would have skipped school and chilled with my girlfriend on my birthday. This is wild. And he's Asian. This is wild.
At the scene, which clearly show the subject in the quad withdraw a handgun from his backpack, shoot and wound 5 people, and then shoot himself in the head.
Shot himself in the head.
There are no other subjects who are outstanding as part of this incident or who took part in this assault. The victims who are hospitalized, and I regret to say that at 9:23 this morning, one of the female victims, age 16, passed away. Her parents are at the hospital. There's another female victim, age 14, another female victim, age 15. Information. I know there are rumors out there about social media posts and different videos that may have been posted from the scene. We will be looking into that. At this point, I don't have any information about that. I can tell you that we have checked for recent threats involving Saugus High School.
I'm too old, so I'm too hip to the game. I'm not going to go look for no videos. I'm already hip. What's going on here?
We identified 2, which were both investigated and had no nexus to this subject. At this point, thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce.
Just push him out the way. Say, "Oh, you're done."
Fire Department Chief Daryl Osby.
Damn.
This County Fire Department, our sympathies and prayers and positive.
At least we get one black guy in a suit and tie.
Spirits go out to everyone that was affected. As mentioned previously, along with the Sheriff's Department, the Los Angeles County Fire Department got a call at 7:38 this morning for a shooting at Saugus High School. Our resources arrived unseen, with the sheriff's already unseen. We trained routinely with the Sheriff's Department for these types of incidents. Our personnel went in with force protection, which means 7 from the sheriffs to go in.
Go back. I like the numbers.
We trained routinely with
Hong
the
Kong.
Sheriff's Department for these types of incidents. Our personnel went in with force protection.
Okay, fire engine 111. Okay.
Which means protection from the sheriffs to go in and assess the scene.
111. We see it again.
At the height of the incident, the Los Angeles County Fire Department had 10 fire engines, 7 paramedic squads, 24
We go 1-6.
1 helicopter, and appropriate overhead on scene. Our objectives during these types of incidents is life safety intervention, triage, treatment.
I wonder if the kid was demonically possessed. I wonder
And transportation.
if he had some type of spiritual oppression or depression or possession.
To the hospital. As mentioned earlier, there were a total of 6 victims that were inflicted by gunshots.
they were considered critical on scene. The most critical, unfortunately, one was a headshot to the head, and the other was in cardiac full arrest. 4 victims were
Yeah, the kid shot himself in the head. The suspect, the 16-year-old Asian boy, shot himself in the head.
transported to Henry Mayo Hospital. 2 other critical were transported to Holy Cross Hospital. And then we had a non-critical that was transported to Olive View for a total of 7. Some of those members have already been relieved to get the proper peer support and mental support on behalf of the department board, along with their family.
Office of the Federal Bureau.
FBI's Los Angeles field office.
Right now, working with the students as well as the family members. As you can imagine, the impact this is going to have not only on the school but on this community is tremendous. And some members, Christy Smith for being here. We've got the state, federal, and local officials all here working together. Many people are asking why. That will come with time, but right now, our focus is on supporting the community.
Well, we know why, lady. If you're hip to what's going on, you know why. Police, fire trucks, unknown ambulances that's not supposed to be there. You know why they all got there that fast.
You heard Chief Osby say that many of the sheriffs and fire officials that work.
There was a school shooting at Butler High School in North Carolina. And it was no scene like this. It was not a scene like this at all. I'll let you know something.
Here, live here, and either have children that attend the school or attend the school. So this is hit very, very, very close to home. My heart aches, but I stand ready to support this community and lead and make sure that we provide the resources necessary.
Good camera shot, Asian people. Got a good camera shot right there, looking at the camera, hugging each other.
Ready to help. Thank you.
It's a very tragic day for our communities. This matter. I also stand with the county, the city, our school district allies in saying this from this tragedy about community is going through. Community is going through. We just can't afford another tragic day like this. Thank you.
It wasn't none of this at the Butler High School shooting. Wasn't none of this press conference stuff like this. It wasn't nothing. They interviewed a couple officers at Butler High School on the street, and that was it. I forget who they interviewed, but it wasn't nothing like this. There wasn't no fire trucks lined up, none of that.
Thank you, ma'am.
All the kids stayed inside the school, and the parents came to the school, or was at the front door of the high school trying to get inside the high school to get their kids. It wasn't nothing like this, so.
Santa Clarita Mayor Marsha McQueen.
Thank you. We may be the third largest city in LA County, but we are a close-knit, family-oriented community, and our family sticks together. I have the feeling that went over me